Good morning, America, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you like my videos. Please click like, subscribe, and share with others. Today, I am going to be talking about something we all really need to start paying attention to because something's happening. One of the things I really don't know how to say it, but we have a treasonous president in the White House that has sold out our country. One of the things, I'm not a conspiracy theorist type of person, and but one of the things that I have to say is when you have a president in the White House that is destroying NATO and all of our relationships with our allies around the world, but also he sides with the dictators in the world. You know, dictators, the ones that imprison people, the ones that ends their freedom of speech, the ones that keeps them imprisoned within their country, the ones that tell them how to live and what to do on a daily basis. And if you defy it, you're looking at imprisonment, you're looking at death, you're looking at other types of torture. Is this really what you wanted in America? MAGA and the Republican farmers, because I'm addressing you because you really need to wake the hell up. Because if you think you're exempt from this, think again. And you need to ask yourself this question. What has Trump done for you? Ask it. Post me a message and tell me what Trump did for you. Gas prices yesterday. Yesterday at the gas pump, $4 a gallon. That was the cheapest. Today, $4.25 a gallon in one day. And that's the cheap gas. I thought the orange man in chief was going to lower everything for the people. Make sure they have better health care. But what's happening? He's taking it away from you. He was going to help you with lower food prices. What's happening? Not only is there less food in the stores for you to buy, the prices have skyrocketed astronomically to the point where people are struggling between their medications and food. They're struggling between their medications and rent. They're struggling between their medications and fuel for their car so they can actually go to a shitty job that pays them nothing. You would think that Walmart, Amazon, all these big box stores, retail stores, would give you free medical, but they don't. They take it out of your salaries. Now ask yourself, MAGA and Republican farmers, what has this orange man in chief in the White House done for you? Leave me a message. I'll respond. Now, what is happening just the other day? Trump sided with North Korea, one of the worst dictatorships in the world. He sided with him. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm going to tell you what I think is happening. Trump is robbing our country. He is robbing we, the people, of our finances, of our resources. He has depleted all of our military weaponry. He and Pete Hegseth, the idiot in charge of our defense. They literally put a target on our country. We have no allies that's going to come to our aid. We are defenseless. We have no resources. The Strait of Hormuz being shut down. Why? Well, Trump can say it's this reason. The Iranians can say it's this reason. But I'll tell you the whole reason behind it. First of all, the Strait of Hormuz does not belong to the American people, nor the president. The Strait of Hormuz attack was not only to cover up the Epstein files, to try to distract you from it, because Trump is all over the Epstein files. And the whole point of this war is not only to try to distract you from the Epstein files, but it was a means to use up our military defense against North Korea. Yes, North Korea and Russia. Trump is going to have the North Korea army, in my opinion, and the Russian military, in my opinion, to invade our country so he can overthrow our government. That is what I believe is happening here. He has weakened our economy. We have no weapons to defend ourselves. He's depleted them. He and Hegseth, Pete Hegseth. They are playing dangerous games with our country. President Obama, a very well respected and educated man, that signed a deal with Iran not to build nuclear weapons. Trump destroyed that. But he sided with North Korea. North Korea, who is daily testing missiles to see if they can reach our country. Trump has also ended military protections for South Korea so that North Korea can go in and invade, attack, and murder thousands, possibly millions of people. And this is what you voted for, MAGA and the Republican farmers. You voted for this. And you think you're exempt. You're not. It's only a matter of time and a question of time before it reaches the USA. Yes. This is my belief in what is happening in our government. Everyone in America needs to get off their asses this November 2026 and vote blue all across the country and get rid of these Republicans out of office. Every single one of them. All they are criminals. They lie. They take away your benefits. They steal your funds through taxes. Why are our taxes so high? Why are you struggling so hard in America? Did you know we are the only country that does not give medical care for all? We do not give support to build our economy. Our country is based on profits. Nothing more. Profits and numbers. That's it. For the rich. You know, the 1% that own everything. And you're still struggling. And the thing is, free education. Why do you have to pay for it? Why do you have to go in debt for life? Why do you have to keep paying higher taxes on your homes, on your food, on your gas? Remember when Biden was in office and everybody attacked Biden? You know, how they altered the videos and say this is what is happening to Biden, which was not true. Well, the thing is, when Biden was in office, I remember, gas prices were down to $2, almost $2. In my town where I live, it was $2.05. Now look at it. It's now over $4 a gallon. Not to mention diesel fuel is approaching $6 a gallon. Now, when it comes to our economy, and one of the things that people aren't aware of is that you better wake up, MAGA, and you better wake up the Republican farmers. As you noticed, Trump didn't come to bail you out. Oh, no. And he ain't going to. Because he doesn't care for you. Remember what he said during his campaign in 2024? I really don't care about you, I just want your vote. Those were his words, direct from his spewing, putrid mouth. Yes, those were his words. He told you exactly what he was going to do when he said, after I'm voted in again, we may never have another election. And what is he doing? He's trying to make that come true as well. He has destroyed our Constitution. He has destroyed our economy. He has destroyed our farmlands. He has destroyed everything that he touches. He is a bitter, old troll in the White House. And he wears that orange makeup because he can't stand looking at the ugly all over his face. Yes, the man is ugly inside and out. Nothing good comes from spoiled people. He's rotten to the core. And so is his family. When you lie, cheat, and steal from everyone that he's been in contact with, from his builders and his contractors, that he takes to court, and they're lucky if they get some of their money. Did you ever think about doing your research before voting for this 34-time convicted felon, convicted rapist? He hasn't been convicted of pedophilia, and yet we have a lot of women who have come forth stating that this man in the White House raped them on Epstein Island. They know who he is. And you voted for it. Now to the Republican farmers. Yes, you're stupid, but you're smart. If you can run a farm, you have to be smart. And the thing is, the war with the Strait of Hormuz and Iran, we know you're not getting your fertilizer from there. I know what's coming. I know you're going to have trouble selling your goods to other countries. However, I do believe that Trump will make a deal with Kim Jong-un to buy from the farmers pennies on the dollar, just so you can break even. You do all the labor, but you don't make a profit. That's what I believe. 2027, well, starting 2026 this fall, there will be less food available on the market. In 2027, there will be even less. It is time for everyone in America. I'm talking about everybody. MAGA, Republican farmers, you too. I don't like you. You did this to our country. You did it to the world. Your movement is cancerous. And the thing about it is, less food production means less for the people. It is now time, because you're limited on time right now, America, on stocking up on canned goods. Check the expiration dates. If it says it expires in 29, buy it. It will sit on the shelf for a few years from now, and it will last at least 2 to 3 years after the expiration date. Buy them. Buy any type of goods that come in glass jars. Syrups, honeys, sugar, flour, cornmeal, if you can find it. And the thing is, start shrink wrapping this stuff with your vacuum food sealers. You need to be prepared, because if there's less food at the market, the prices are going to go up for those who can afford it. And the thing is, a lot of people won't be able to afford it. I looked up how much a small bottle of vanilla, which originates from Madagascar, one small bottle, $30 now for one small bottle. I was at Menards and they had a bottle of real vanilla, $43, and it was a 12-ounce bottle, 12 ounces. And I noticed around those bottles security cameras. They're not locking them up yet, but boy, they sure do have those security cameras on all that stuff. So don't try stealing. It's not worth going to prison under this administration for stealing something that is $42. And the thing is, a lot of people will be going to jail, being arrested for theft. Don't steal at Walmart. They are IDing you every single time you walk in the store. And if you notice at your Walmart, look at the produce section. They're not selling anything by the pound any longer. There's very little items that are sold by the pound that are in bags. They are selling a peach for 97 cents. One peach, $1, pretty much. Avocados that were normally about 49 cents have now gone up to about 87 cents for one. My husband, he loves avocados. I said, you pick them out. I'm not picking any more out, because every time I do, they come back rotten on the inside. They're all brown. Well, he picked a few out, got them home, cut one open, and it was all brown inside. And what they are doing is they're putting them in machines, and they are forcing them to ripen. And they're destroying the nutrients in them. Even the bananas, they don't taste the same. If you are going to start preparing America, you need to start today. This is your warning. This is how you survive the best you can. You need to learn how to work with one another, your neighbors, your neighborhood. to form a community and come together as one and share like my husband and I do. It's just us, and I cook, and I generally cook a little too much, but we give it to our neighbors. There's no need to let it go to waste. And my neighbor loves my cooking. Things to stock up on if you have pets is your pet food, pet shampoos, and things of that nature. Cat food, bird food, all that stuff you need to stock up on. You need to stock up on your meats and proteins, and you need to stock up on large containers of peanut butter, which is a good source of protein. Yeah, you'll probably get sick of eating peanut butter sandwiches if you have bread. That's the whole purpose of buying flour. If you want to make bread at home, you're going to need flour, yeast. You're going to need some oil or butter. And you're going to need some salt, some baking soda, and baking powder. That's all it is to make bread. A nice fluffy loaf of bread. You can look it up on YouTube. And the thing is, if you look at the bread in the store and you look at the ingredients, there is so much in that bread ingredient. And I just told you all the ingredients that go into bread. There should not be 37 ingredients in a loaf of bread. So, baking cookies, making brownies, stock up on cocoa, or some people call it cacao. Stock up on it. Get the real stuff. Don't get the fake. Get the real stuff. Stock up on some oils, spray oils. And if you can, stock up on your mashed potatoes. And have them sealed, you seal them up. Date the package you seal it in. Put in those air absorbing packets to prevent bugs or anything else that may be mixed in there. It will deprive them of their oxygen, and they won't be able to grow and destroy your product. Stock up on your powdered milk. Powdered milk. Water. You should at least have 1 to 1.5 to 2 gallons of water per day per person. I know a lot of people don't have storage space. So buying bottled water. My husband and I, we drink coffee, I drink water, and I shower. We use water every day. We use our toilets. I clean, I use water. There are so many solutions in surviving this economy. And I'm telling you, America, it's not going to get easier. America it has not reached its peak yet on what's yet to come. We are already, in my opinion, in a Great Depression where people are struggling. I recently saw an article how they have cut Medi-Cal from California for seniors living in assisted living homes that will no longer have medical care. These are people with Alzheimer's, people who are too elderly or disabled that cannot fend for themselves. They will eventually become homeless, slowly, unless someone steps in. No room in an assisted living facility or in any type of facility that cares for elderly or disabled people. No one should be paying no more than $1,500 a month to live there. I took care of elderly people and helped them in my past. They had their own apartments and they paid their rent. I saw to it their rent was paid. I negotiated with landlords on their behalf. And they were kind landlords. And they made exceptions for them. I spent less than $800 a month for 2 people to eat, to have clean bedding, and to be taken care of. Less than $800. And they ate very good. I made them homemade ice cream, which consists with 3 to 4 different ingredients if you want to add extra to it. Ice cream consists of dairy, a sweetener, frozen fruit, and some vanilla. That's it. Oh, and they loved it. So easy to make. You freeze your fruit, put it in a Ninja blender, add a little vanilla, add a little sweetener, some honey, some stevia, or just plain sugar. And add some dairy, some milk, heavy cream, or just regular milk. Blend it up until it gets really thick and creamy. Pour it out into a container and put it in the freezer overnight, and the next day you have homemade ice cream. See how easy it is to survive? And with powdered milk, you can literally make the milk. A lot of people don't know how to make powdered milk. I grew up on it. My mom was from the Great Depression era. We grew up on powdered milk. She didn't buy store-bought. But I tell you, that powdered milk was the best tasting milk back in the day. And yes, I have a good supply of it. I certainly do. And the thing is, with powdered milk, you put the amount in a jar, in a big pitcher. You add your water, and I recommend you add filtered water to it. And you stir it really good with a whisk. They have long-handled whisks. Now, you put it in the refrigerator overnight. The next morning, when you wake up, you get that big old whisk out and you whisk up in that pitcher that powdered milk mixture and pour it, and it is as creamy and delicious and even better than the pasteurized milk that you get in the market. So please, America, start preparing. Stock up on dry beans, dry rice, seasonings for your rice and beans. Find the vanilla, if you can, for your ice cream. Dried mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes that you can shrink wrap. Cereals that you can shrink wrap. All these things. Get yourself some large size containers with lids and throw them in there. And make sure you get your oxygen packets to throw in with the shrink wraps. Stock up on your oatmeal. Stock up on raisins. You can shrink wrap raisins too and freeze them. and you can make oatmeal and raisin cookies. There's an array of things that one can do to survive, but you need to start preparing now. Because like I said, if we do not all vote blue this November 2026, we will no longer have an American country. It will be a dictatorship. And that is guaranteed. When the United States of American presidents sides with dictators, that should wake you up. That should be the alarm bell for you to vote blue November 2026 so we can remove this regime from the White House and vote out all the Republican congressmen and women who are allowing this man in the White House to destroy not only our White House, the land, the monuments, everything. And we can start repairing the damage. And the thing is, it's going to take decades to repair. And I'm all in for repairing it. But you, MAGA, and you, the Republican Party, all need to wake the hell up and see what has happened. Stop watching Fox News, OAN, and One Newsmax. They are not news stations. They are propagandists who are lying to you, feeding you bullshit day in and day out. Watch Midas Touch. Watch the David Pakman show. Watch the Brian Tyler Cohen show on YouTube. They are reporting the news. They are reporting everything that is happening. MSN Now is reporting the news. CNN is finally breaking away from this regime and reporting the real news. And Texas, I pity you if you vote for Gregory Abbott again. And you put these Republicans back in power this November. You do it. I hope you suffer the most. Because, see, you're stupid people there. I wouldn't step foot in the state of Texas. Because you're that stupid. The governor of Texas and the criminal that's trying to run for Congress there, I can't think of his name offhand, but he's a criminal. And the thing is, you vote for them, you get everything that's coming to you in Texas. Oh, when I lived in California, I met a few people from Texas. They told me, they said they'd never go back. One of the most racist states in America. And one of the most ignorant states in America. That's how bad Texas is. So please, America, wake up. Vote blue this November 2026. And let's start repairing our country. And let's start repairing our relationships with other countries. And get this regime out of the White House and the Republican Congress. God bless all of you, and I wish you the best in the world.